Hi everyone. Today I wanted to talk to you about a holiday that happens in November every year. I wonder if you're thinking of the same holiday I'm thinking of. It's Veterans Day. And Veterans Day, were you thinking of the same holiday? I wonder. Veterans Day is a holiday where we honor people that have served or are currently serving in our military. And that job is so important because they're protecting our nation and also representing us all around the world and in the United States. And some people you might know that are in the military or have been in the military. They could be your uncles, your grandpas, your great grandpas, even your father or your mother. So they're all over veterans. And it's really important that we thank them. And each year in November, we have a day where we can do just that. And today, I wanted to introduce you to one of my friends who's a veteran. Both her and her husband are veterans, and I want us to learn from them today, and we can honor them and thank them today. So I'm looking forward to you meeting them and learning from them. Hi guys, it's so great to see you.
Hey, it's good to see you. Thanks for having us on here.
Yeah, I'm glad you guys could help my school and many students learn about Veterans Day. I want to introduce you guys. This is my friend Alita Nims and Wesley Nims. I don't know, do you want to go by Wes today?
Wes is fine,
Wes
sure.
is great. And I've known Alita since we were in grade school. And I just want to share with the kids today about Veterans Day. So maybe you guys could tell us a little bit about yourselves. Um, and then we'll go from there.
Sure, I'll start. Hi everybody. My name's Alita, like Missy said, or Mrs. Cornwell, I should say, maybe. I served in the United States Air Force for about 7.5 years from 1998 until 2005. So it's a while ago now. So currently, I am a mom of two boys. I have a 10-year-old and a 13-year-old, and also one doggy. Her name is Mickey, and I'm a mental health counselor. She's lying on the floor behind us. I'm a mental health counselor, so I talk on the video like this with people who are, having some stress or need a little help or a little boost. So that's what I do now with my job.
Thank
And
you.
I'm Wes. I started just a little bit before Alita in 1996 in the Air Force, and have been serving still serving now in the Washington Air National Guard down at Camp Murray, which is a little bit south of where you're all at. So um, still work there and support any of the kind of missions that are needed in Washington State, both if it's needed for like emergencies and helping out with whether it's flooding or those kind of things, or on the kind of federal level, also doing that kind of work for the Air Force when needed.
And at his job, they call him Lieutenant Colonel Mims.
Cool.
That's his name at work.
That's quite the title. And well earned, well earned. That was hard work. So what for you guys, what made you decide to join the military? Why did you decide that as a career for a little while or for currently?
Okay, for me, there were two reasons. One, I wanted to do something that I would feel proud of for a job and a career, and that I knew that I would look back on and be happy about. So that was one. But the big reason, you guys, is I wanted to travel. I wanted to see the world and see other countries. So that was why I joined.
Oh.
And I initially joined because I was looking for scholarship opportunities to go to college, and the Air Force fortunately offered me a scholarship. So I took that, joined through my college time, and then started service after I graduated from college.
And you're still serving. That's awesome.
And
All right.
they put me in for a lot longer than
Yeah.
they
Well, when you find something you like, you stick with it, right?
Yep.
That's awesome. So, um, I hope that my kids could understand that being in the military, just like any job, is can be hard at times and it can be fun and exciting at times. So maybe you could share with us some maybe hard things that you've had to do, like to do or just go through um, being in the military.
Well, I'm going to share a recent one. So this past weekend, Wes was working all weekend long. So he worked all week at his normal job, and then he was gone all day Saturday and all day Sunday still working, which happens in some jobs, frequently. But for us, it happens every month. Every month he's gone one whole weekend. And so sometimes that's a sacrifice because we might want to do things on the weekend, or I might just like to have him home and us do things together. So that's one kind of smaller thing.
And over the course of my career, I've had to go overseas for periods of time as part of that service. So one year I had to go over to a country called Kuwait and spend 4 months there. And it was over Thanksgiving, it was over Veterans Day, actually, and it was over Christmas as well. So I missed all those holidays. And
he also missed Halloween. So it was Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, and Valentine's Day.
Mm. And that was when you were a family. So you were away from your kids and Alita during that time. Yeah.
Yeah. Woke up Christmas morning and no daddy there. You know
That
what I mean?
had to be really hard on everybody.
It was hard. It was, we like to have him around. We want him to be part of those things with us. So a little bit hard.
And I know some of our kids can relate to parents being away on the weekends because some of our friends have parents that are in the fire department or they work in the medical industry. And so some of those parents are away. So I know that they can relate to that, having a parent gone for a whole weekend. That's really hard too. Well, thank you for sharing those things. So, what about some of the exciting or fun things that you've gotten to do because you chose to be in the military?
Well, I'll go first since I always go first. So one of the things that I cherished the most out of my time was that I got to fly in an airplane and I got to travel all over the place. I traveled all through Africa, all through Europe, to so many different places that I never would have been able to go to probably otherwise. And I got to fly in a plane. Like, how fun is that? You take off and you land, you fly over mountains. We just put stuff out in the back of the airplane. Guys would jump out of the back of the airplane that we were flying. So I got to do some really neat things that way.
And you, if I remember correctly, you got to help navigate and fly really big cargo planes.
Yeah, there would be.
Yeah.
So we same job. We had the same job. That's how we met. We were both in the same place together. So we both got to put big like Humvee, like those small tanks, went out the back of an airplane that we were flying on. Like it was really cool.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. And I think in addition to that, I did a lot of those same things as well. But I think one of the great things in the military service that you come across is you come across great people and then you make great friends over time that you're still in touch with. So people I served with, 20 years ago, still in touch with those people and get together when possible. But those friendships, because you're doing something that's just so different and unique that not a lot of people get to do, you form that close bond with people. And so that's really one of the biggest parts about being a military veteran, I think.
Sometimes you even marry them.
Yeah.
Yes, you do sometimes. Well, so the last thing I want to ask is if my kids, my classes want to do something to thank a veteran, what's something that they maybe could do that you think would be really cool?
I think letters to overseas to veterans, even if it's just pictures, those are really, really special. And, even if you just see a veteran, sometimes you'll see people wearing hats that said, I've served in this, war or during this time. And if you just thank a veteran, that's always appreciated.
Yeah, there is some process of being able to do letters, like a thank you letter or Christmas cards as a class, and then send those over to a unit that's overseas through that holiday. So I remember when I was in Kuwait over Christmas, we received cards from a class, so we put them up in on our walls of our rooms and stuff. So that's really a special thing you can do.
Thank you so much for those ideas. And I want to say thank you for sharing your time with me today. And I love seeing you both so much. And I personally want to thank you for the sacrifices that you guys have made all these years. I just know how hardworking you are and what you're doing for our country and raising those boys to love the military just as much as you guys do. I just can't thank you enough.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And thanks for having us on. And, it's just always a pleasure. We love talking about our military service because it's so important to us and we really do believe in it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, you guys. Thank you for joining me today and seeing and learning from my friend Alita and Wes and learning a little bit about Veterans Day. I want to encourage you and your family to maybe do one of those things that they said that a veteran might really appreciate on this Veterans Day. Thanks for joining me.